Hello, everyone, and welcome to NASA Bunker 33. We've got a good stream for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about rockets and how stupid people don't understand them. All the misunderstandings about rockets and what they can and can't do in space. So we're missing our normal host tonight, Vishanti. She hasn't shown up yet. We hope she'll be here eventually. But with me, as always, is our amazing producer, Chrismer. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, I guess. Just sitting back here, producing and making sure the
Awesome.
stream doesn't, suddenly disconnect from me for some reason.
Well, your job got so much easier a few weeks ago when we found a really, really simple way to do the stream
Yeah, Jitsi
by
is
using
yeah, Jitsi is much better than Discord. That took the weight off. Like you have no idea.
life got so much easier on all of us,
Yeah,
especially Chris, when we realized how easy it was to do a show with Jitsi. So, and we've also got the amazing Forno Raisin. How you doing tonight?
I can't complain. How about yourself?
Well, if I
You
complain,
ready
no
for
one's going to
this?
anyway. So,
Are you ready for some of the insanity that we have lined up for tonight?
I have picked a lot of insanity, and Chrismer has picked a lot of insanity for this week.
yeah.
There's a lot of stupid. There's so much stupid that we ended up having to put it on a wheel to decide what to watch.
Yeah,
And
so
this is after cutting out several other videos too.
Yeah. I still have tabs open for videos that I did not add to the list this week that were incredibly stupid on their own. There are a lot
I
of
had
videos.
3 videos of my own, but I couldn't even get that in.
Yeah, there are a lot of videos. There was actually one Electro Boom video.
Really?
Everyone knows Electro Boom. He's the guy that shocks himself in very stupid ways. Well, he actually debunked a flat earther in one of his videos, which was really cool. And that didn't even get added to the list. But if you want to go check that out, he ends up debunking, what was his name? Hitman Notoriety, who doesn't even exist anymore. I tried to look up his channel, and I was going to add one of his videos to the list for the week, and his channel's not even there anymore. Sometime after Mr. Sensible did a couple of videos on him about a year ago, he deleted his channel. Like
wow.
Mr. Sensible debunked him so bad that he just left YouTube.
Why can't that happen to the other flat earthers? Like, because
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It would be nice, but also that would ruin us because we wouldn't have anything to laugh at anymore.
Yeah. I mean, as stupid as Flat Earth is, it provides us with content.
Yeah, and entertainment.
So that we can point and laugh. And if the wheel lands on Jesus's Lord 111, that's what we get to do. We just get to sit there and point and laugh at how stupid that guy is. So, Chrismer, why don't you read off all of the selections on the wheel and let us know what we've got, and then we'll spin it.
Well, I named them cryptically, so you won't. This works in space.
Okay.
SpaceX space launches, how rockets work. I got a video from the Action Lab. Got that video from Austin Whitsitt, which I hope we don't get to play. We get Rockets Don't Work. We have a video from Conspiracy Cats. Rockets Don't Work in a Vacuum. Rockets Don't Work in Space. And the Jesus is Lord 111 video. Who obviously doesn't get how YouTube naming works.
Yeah. All right. Well, give it a spin and see what kind of stupidity we're going to come up with.
Okay, we ended up with Rockets Don't Work in Space.
Boy.
Let's see now. Which one is that one? No, that's not it. rockets don't work in space. There we go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yes, this one.
Wait, before I do that, I'm going to remove that from the list. Rockets don't work in space. There we go.
All right.
And this one. And let's...
Oxidizer, such as gunpowder. See, this is a mixture of charcoal, sulfur, and potassium nitrate. When heated, the potassium nitrate gives off oxygen, which the sulfur and charcoal uses to burn.
Did he seriously? Okay. This is
Yes,
Cody's lab. This is Cody's lab. So I know Cody's lab is really good with science because
Yeah.
I watch him quite regularly. So he's using a Cody's lab video.
Yeah.
Probably
Basically, what this flat earther has done has just taken a Cody's Lab video one for one, like not edited in any way, just completely stolen the video and said that because of this, rockets don't work in space.
Oh God. Anyway.
So a little bit sitting in there.
Pause it for a second. So what he's doing is he's showing that, and he's starting with gunpowder. He tries several different things where he'll burn them in atmosphere and then burn them in a vacuum chamber with no atmosphere. And it shows that these things that will explode when you burn them in Earth's atmosphere won't burn at all in a vacuum. I know gunpowder technically doesn't explode; it just burns very rapidly. But you know what I mean. So basically, what this flat earther is saying is that because gunpowder doesn't burn if there's no oxygen for it to use to burn, then space is fake or something.
But
anyway,
the thing is, does this flat earther not realize that they don't use gunpowder on rocket ships, on rockets?
No.
Do you
That's
really think the flat earther realizes anything?
They still think there's a dome.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. I hope. I hope Jesus is 1111 does pop up.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a laugh.
But the comments on this video are the best. If you scroll down, pretty much all the comments on it basically say, so basically you learned why rockets carry oxygen with them.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why we have LOX and one other fuel source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, most rocket engines now use liquid oxygen and kerosene type derivative. It's kerosene that's been refined, basically.
RP1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, back to the video.
Laser goggles. And let's light it off. First in the atmosphere, and then in the vacuum. Okay, as you can see, it produced lots of smoke and burned rather quickly. Most of the air is now gone. Let's see what happens. The gunpowder did not ignite. I saw some smoke coming off of it, so I know it burned a little. Let's try again more in the center of the pile. And that's it. The gunpowder does not burn. I mean, it burns when the laser's on it, but other than that, no.
Yeah, because it's lacking oxygen.
Yep. And
yeah, that's it.
This is our first misunderstanding that flat earthers, flat earthers say they research things, but they don't. If they did, they would understand that the rockets have this huge tank filled with liquid oxygen. And
Yeah.
rocket fuel, all it is, when it touches oxygen, it explodes. So literally all they do is they open
Well, at the
a valve.
temperatures and pressures that they combine them at, yes.
Yeah. They open a valve with the fuel and a valve with the oxygen, and when they meet in the chamber, they explode.
They go boom.
The rocket goes boom boom.
Rocket goes up, goes boom boom.
Rocket goes up, go boom boom.
Yep. As opposed to
Gas doesn't have one, does it? Doing anything. Oh, you're assuming gas go down, go boom boom, my friend.
yeah, as opposed to that. Anyway,
It doesn't change from one particle to the next.
I had to.
That's interesting.
I had to.
So what I think is happening here is that the hot gas is produced from the burning gunpowder. Normally, as it expands, it encounters other gunpowder particles, heating them up and causing the chain reaction to occur. But in the vacuum, the gases expand so rapidly that they're not able to heat up the nearby gunpowder particles, and so the flame or the fire does not happen. Also, some of you know that when burning gunpowder in open air, it just sort of burns with a bright flame and lots of smoke. But when you put the gunpowder inside of a confined area, say a barrel of a gun, it explodes. It's because the confining pressure accelerates the combustion. Yeah, this is definitely, it didn't burn very much at all. Kind of hard to tell whether or not the individual grains burned up completely or not. So let's try something a bit more solid. Scott Manley actually messaged me and asked if I could try rocket fuel in this test, and so I'm going to be burning some rocket candy. This is a mixture of sugar, potassium nitrate, and iron oxide. This is used in amateur rockets because the ingredients are readily available and the amount of thrust it produces is quite high.
Yes, but those they aren't meant for space travel. They aren't meant for not space travel, but for sending something up to space, or even being in
neither
space.
is gunpowder.
Yeah, neither is gunpowder.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing that the flat earther that posted this video doesn't understand is none of the things that he's burning in this video actually are used as rocket fuel.
Yeah.
Not even slightly.
Not even. No.
I mean, this just shows that things that are designed to burn in atmosphere don't burn
well in
no atmosphere.
Yeah.
Very poorly, yeah.
So, real quick, Chrismer, getting a note from Boomer to turn your volume up a little bit.
My volume is all the way up, so that would be kind of difficult.
Oh, okay. Well, just yell into your mic from now on.
Let me try. Actually, let me try something real quick.
You're fine for me, but that's what
same here.
That's what Boomer's saying.
Well, it was down a little bit, but it keeps on fluctuating.
Yeah.
Why is it fluctuating?
It's like you're
that's better. Now you bloody kids. That's better. Now you kids get off my lawn and keep it quiet down here. I'm trying to watch TV, and you've changed the YouPorn passwords again. All right, yeah, carry on, kids.
All the way up for some reason. Let me see. No, allow applications. Nope. Enable. Nope.
Don't worry about it.
That should fix that. Let me. I'm checking my volume. Make sure it's not.
Your volume changes a lot anyway.
There we go. Okay, it's fixed. It is fixed. There we go. Okay. For some reason, everything in my settings changed again, so I had to go back and change them again. But it's fixed. So let's back to the video.
So let's light this on fire and see how it does. So this is in Earth atmosphere.
Yes, it burns pretty well in atmosphere.
I'm not getting any volume from the video.
As you can.
Nor from you either.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, I don't hear you at all anymore, Chrismer.
One second. Okay, is that better? Can you hear me now?
Well, folks, it wouldn't be a bunker stream without technical difficulties, and I believe we have technical difficulties. Chrismer has muted everything.
I didn't mute anything. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now we can.
Okay. Okay. Good God. It would not be a bunker stream without technical difficulties. Okay. Back to the video. And thanks, Swimmer, for showing up for, to let us know that. And my check sound settings again. Device properties. No,
Whoa,
okay.
you got really loud all of a sudden.
Okay.
Now you've gone up in volume.
So, yeah, I'm out of warranty, ugly German truths. So yeah, the stream apparently could hear Chrismer in the video just fine, but we couldn't. And it's kind of hard to comment on things that we can't hear.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm starting this thing back up because just in case something happens again. Maybe if I turned off the noise gate, I'll try turning off the noise gate. See if that works on Streamlabs at least. Okay, let's continue on with this mad show.
You can see it burns rather rapidly, producing a little bit of thrust even. As you can see towards the end, it moved it around. So now let's try it inside of a vacuum. No ignition. That's interesting.
Pause.
I did see some little
Really?
proofs.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So basically what's happening both with the gunpowder and with the rocket candy is where the laser is hitting it, it is burning. You can see that it turns black there. It is burning, but without atmosphere in the vacuum, the heat from where it's burning can't spread to the other parts. So that's one of the things that both of these substances need to burn are heat. So without that heat, it can't start the chain reaction to burn. And again, like I said, that's why rockets carry oxygen with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't they have what's called solid state drive? No, never mind. I'm thinking something.
No, solid state boosters are on the side and only help with lift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, you learn something new every day.
And they don't even use solid state for anything anymore. The
541s, the Vulcan did.
Oh, it did. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. I know the space shuttle did, but I figured it kind of went out with the space shuttle, and now they're just using kerosene and methane.
No, there's also hydrogen, I think.
Yeah, there's hydrogen as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
back to the video.
It tried to burn, but it was unable to sustain itself. So even when it's in one solid piece, it can't chain and continue burning. So I've let a little bit more air back into the chamber. Let's see if it'll burn now. That's a no-go on burn. Wait. It's kind of smoldering. And it's out. Acetone peroxide in the atmosphere in 3, 2, 1. Yes, that's a little bit more volatile than gunpowder.
Oh, and also, let me see now. Early German truths. No, the laser itself, the one he's using, he explained earlier in the video, but which was cut out by the flat earther, that he was using a I forgot what type of laser it is, but it's not weakened at all by the glass. It's a special type of laser that's used just for these types of experiments. So no, it
Yeah.
wouldn't. It's not weakened at all by the glass. Just had to point that out because I've seen this video years ago. It was like 2 or 3 years ago that I seen this video, but I remember him explaining what type of laser it was he was using and everything. So
Well, this
yeah,
video, the Flat Earthers video, is almost 4 years old now. So yeah, it's been a few years.
well, Cody's Lab put this out ages ago, and I see my audio is going low again.
And of course, Flat Earthers love to misunderstand basic things.
Yeah, they do.
So he saw this and was like, "Ooh, these things don't burn in a vacuum. Her rockets don't work."
Also, might I point out that okay, that type of vacuum, it's not representative of how our actual, you know, atmosphere is. Now, is it anything like what happens in space? I'm not entirely sure on that.
Kinda. I mean, it depends on. I don't know how much of a vacuum he was able to suck it down to, but probably somewhere around 10 to the -2 to 10 to the -5 torr.
Yeah.
Which would be representative of about where the ISS is.
Okay. Just making sure. Anyway, my idiocy aside, let's continue. Well, ignorance rather.
Powder is.
Yeah.
See, I can say that I'm ignorant of something because I
Acetone peroxide in vacuum
have no
in
problem
3,
saying I don't know.
2, 1.
Yeah. And you can see the little individual grains popping there,
Yeah.
blowing other
Still
grains
didn't
away.
burn.
But without the atmosphere
actually
to
disappointed.
spread the heat, they don't burn
Yeah, because it's just,
or explode, I guess.
yeah. It's just them slight yeah. Yeah, what you just said. What Quiddy's just said.
They need something to confine it in order to get it to burn and then eventually explode. And at atmospheric pressure, the atmosphere does it, but in the vacuum, there's nothing there. So far, nothing I've tried has been successful, but I was thinking about it, and everything I've tried up to this point has produced gases as a product of its combustion. So I thought, what if I tried something that didn't produce gases? How about some thermite? This is a mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. Well, normally this is actually magnesium powder because I didn't have any aluminum on hand. But the idea here is that the reaction will not produce gases. It might make a little bit, but primarily the product of the reaction is going to be molten iron. And molten iron, of course, is not a gas, so it's not going to leave as quickly, so maybe it can help chain the reaction along. So let's
And that's
test this
something
out.
I actually
This is the
learned
thermite
from this
reaction.
video, is that thermite does not produce gas when it burns.
Yeah. Yeah. Thermite also, in the fact that it's producing molten iron, can get rather, what's the word? Chaotic. As in,
It can. Yeah.
if it's not controlled, it can be a very chaotic type of fire. I've seen it burn through a car one time on Mythbusters.
Yeah, a lot of people use thermite to destroy old hard drives.
Yeah.
Because it's even better than taking a hammer to it.
Yeah.
And, people like to burn things.
Yeah, fire's always, as soon as we invented fire, well, not invented, as soon as we found fire, we started setting fire to everything. Just that's human nature. We want to see things, we just want to see things burn. Because it sets off the lizard part of our brains that, ooh, fire.
in Earth's atmosphere. Here we go. That burned up. I can see that there's little bits of iron, some magnesium oxides floating around. A little bit of smoke, but again, that's probably just from contaminants that burned up. So there we go. Let's try it in the vacuum. I did not get an ignition. I see pieces flying all over the place, but none are actually igniting.
So what was the
That's
point?
it, because flat earthers don't know how to start and stop videos.
Yeah.
So Ugly German Truths brought up in chat that there is the Minotaur, originally named the Taurus, made by Orbital Sciences, uses a solid rocket booster. And he brought up that it's made from old Minuteman ICBM parts, and that is something that still uses solid rocket boosters, are ICBMs.
Yeah.
So there are still rockets that go to space, apparently, that do use solid rocket boosters. But it's very rare now, because with solid rocket boosters, the problem with those is once you start them, they burn until they're out of fuel.
Yeah, there's no stopping them.
You can't stop it. But when you use rocket fuel and liquid oxygen, if you cut those off, then the flame stops.
Although it's incredibly difficult to restart them, it is possible.
Yeah. It's actually easier, and the cool thing that a lot of people don't understand is rocket engines are a lot more efficient in a vacuum than in atmosphere. That's how they're designed.
Wait, they did.
Well, it depends on the bell housing, because you can have some bell housings that are designed more for atmospheric flight, and you can have some bell housings which are designed more for space flight.
Yeah.
When you're in space, you want the longest bell nozzle that you possibly can to get the most efficiency out of what you're actually using. Whereas down here, you want kind of more the shortest one, just so you can kind of blast through, because there's already pressure pushing down on it.
So you don't need land underneath it to make it go up?
No, it does. There's nothing. The air does not turn into some barrier that allows it to push itself off of it. Oh my god!
Yes,
And
That
yeah,
one
I've heard
head.
flat earthers claim that rockets push off the ground, and once they get high enough, they can't push off the ground anymore.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Wait, I've got.
That's a whole, that's a misunderstanding of Newton's third law of motion.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because the rocket, basically, think of it like this. Take a bomb and blow it up. Stuff's going to go in all directions.
You mean gas go down, go boom boom?
Not quite. Gas go every direction, go boom boom. So now take a bell shape and put over that bomb and blow it up again. And stuff's going to go out where there is no bell. But then everything from the explosion that hits that bell is going to push against that bell.
Yeah.
And that's how a rocket thrusts. It basically blows up a bomb and pushes against itself to thrust forward.
One of my favorite words, thrust.
Giggity.
Anyway.
So I hope we get to the claim, depending on which videos we watch, because a lot of flat earthers misunderstand how rockets steer themselves. They
I
really
misunderstand a lot
think
of
that
things?
rockets just have like one big engine on the back and that's it. So once they get to space, they can't steer.
Why am I not surprised that a flat earther has never heard of the word gimbal?
Yeah.
They've never heard of gimbal. They've never heard of, well, crap, I can't even think of the name. The little tiny boosters that are positioned everywhere.
I'm trying to think of them as well, and I can't think of it. It
You know,
just lets out a little puff of
space shuttle-
hydrogen peroxide, and it's just enough to tilt it.
Yeah, if you look at the space shuttle, you can see the little nozzles on the fucking nose cone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go ahead and spin the wheel of pain.
All right. Come on, Jesus is Lord. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Rockets don't work in vacuum.
All right.
Let me see now. Which one is that one up here? That's true. Rockets can't work in space.
That's the
Don't work.
scientist.
There we go. That one.
Okay, 1 minute debunk. Yeah, this is a good one. It's short and sweet, so we'll just shut up and play it.
Yeah.
Do rockets work in a vacuum? Wait, hold on. Do explosions work in a vacuum? Looks like they work pretty much anywhere. This explosion pushes out in all directions. If I put this cup shape here, the cup will be pushed to the side, like so. Hooray! If the cup drops more bombs, then it'll go faster and faster. Fantastic. As much as bomb-powered space travel is fun, perhaps it'd be better to use something a little more linear, like fire. We need fuel, and there's no air in a vacuum, so pop some air in there too. Mix them together, heat it up, and hey presto. Air is a little bit wasteful, we just need the oxygen. And we can pressurize it into a liquid. Nice. This is Newton's third law. It's everywhere, not just in rockets, but in all interactions on Earth and in space. And as any Kerbal player will tell you, there's a thin line between rockets and explosions.
There you go. Don't you wish more scientists, more? Is hey presto a scientific phrase? Is it a scientifical phrase? If
Hey
not,
presto?
it should be.
I don't see why not.
It should be.
Yeah. So I do like how he ended that there. Rockets aren't what makes space real.
Yeah.
Flat earthers think that because they say rockets can't work in space, that means that space is fake. It's a false dichotomy.
Yeah.
I think that's the term I'm looking for.
Yeah. Why are half of these videos start with rocket? Just.
Well, I mean, the stream is about rockets, so.
Yep. So rockets do indeed go up, but they don't go boom boom.
I mean, sometimes they do, and sometimes it can be really cool, but then again, sometimes it can be really bad.
Yeah, let's not talk about the bad because that can get you in trouble.
So when I was a kid, I used to build the Estes model rockets. And, I had like the little launch pad and the really cool controller that you had to stick the key in and then press 2 different buttons to fire and everything. Like, it was so cool. And we had talked about rockets in school. I was in the 6th grade. We had talked about rockets. And I decided that I was going to do a presentation with my rockets. And I had just finished building the toughest Estes rocket to make, the SR-71. I had just finished building it. It took me like a year because it was so hard. And so my dad brings all of my rocket stuff to school one day, and we drag everyone out into the field outside the school, and we set up, and I launch a couple of little rockets, and everyone's amazed. They think it's so cool. And then I put the SR-71 on, and I fire it, and the engine housing inside I did not glue well enough. And so it slipped loose when the engine fired and shot up into the rocket, and it just burst into flames. The rocket that I spent a year building never even made it off the launch pad.
That had to be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It was just sitting there watching the hardest rocket I ever built. And of course, the SR-71 is the coolest plane ever made. And I had made a rocket version of it, and watching it just catch fire. And there's nothing I can do because, you know, those little rocket engines that you buy that look like batteries, basically, they're solid boosters. So once you start them burning, they burn until they're out. So I just had to sit there and watch my rocket burn.
Yeah, that had to hurt so much.
Sorry, I had to add a little bit of comedy to it.
Yeah, it was it was a sad day.
Yeah,
but you know, everyone thought it was really cool, and I was like the cool kid in school there for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit until it blew up.
Yeah. Anyway, what's our? Come on, Wheel. What's our next video?
Please be Jesus Lord, Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Lord. Please be there. Please be it.
Oh
God. Can we spin again?
I have no problem with that. Yeah, go for it.
Oh God, which one was it?
Is this the one Whitsitt and Nathan Thompson?
Right there, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the fifth one.
Good.
How long do we want to play this?
Is this going to make my blood
How
pressure go
long
up?
is the video? Because I have not even watched it.
Well, you gave me a timestamp of 16 minutes and 13 seconds, so I'm just going to start there. How's that sound?
Okay.
Life is fractal. I know, yeah. You're awesome, bro. You were meant to
Oh
be
yeah, I
here,
watched this
for sure. Are you? I didn't. Who are you? No, who's name?
Some random flat earther pulled up to them to talk to them or something. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we should give a little explanation of what's going on. Austin Whitsitt and Nathan Thompson went to Florida to watch the rocket launch last week, I think it was.
Let me see on this.
And basically what they did was they streamed until the rocket launched, and then they cut their stream. And then they watched the rocket launch, and then they started another stream after the launch. They did not actually show the launch itself because they knew it would debunk their dumbasses.
Instead of watching this, let's just talk about it for a minute. Just not watch this, because I don't feel like watching them.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered to watch their stupidity, but I know that they said a lot of dumb things in their two streams.
Yeah, I closed it, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Without even watching it, I know that they said a lot of dumb things in their streams.
Yeah, they said, but the thing that they film up to the launch, stop filming whenever they go to launch, then they come back online like the next morning or something, then started talking about how we completely debunked that because it hit the dome or whatever. I'm like, no, it took a trajectory. it took a alternating trajectory in order to achieve orbit. Because it doesn't.
That's another thing that flat earthers and people that don't understand rocketry don't get is rockets do not go straight up. You're not going to achieve orbit if you fire a rocket straight in the air. And it's going to take a lot more energy for a rocket to escape, to attain escape velocity or escape the Earth's gravity if it goes straight up. But if you curve that rocket around the Earth and achieve orbital velocity, then you can go up into space and cut your engines off and float around the Earth. And then if you want to leave the Earth, you fire those engines back up. And that's what the Apollo missions did. The Apollo missions went up and they orbited the Earth a couple of times. And then they fired what they called the lunar injection burn, which basically just took their orbit up high enough that they left Earth's orbit and flew to the moon.
Oh yeah, and I wanna give y'all a reminder. In 6 hours, the Euros edition is coming on, and they're going to be talking about how what the Romans ever did for us, and that's yeah, it's going to be an that should be an interesting stream as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and spin that wheel again.
All right.
Let's see what we get. How rockets work. So delete that. How rockets work. And go back up to the top. How rockets work. There we go. This is from National Geographic, so let's stop every minute or so.
Probably even more often than that, like 30 seconds.
Of all the different methods of propulsion invented by mankind, for pure, unadulterated, heart-stopping excitement, nothing really compares to rockets. Okay, I am about to initiate the launch sequence. Now stand right back.
Pause.
And witness.
Didn't Jackass do this? And it didn't work too well for them.
It did not work
all they
well
did
for
was
them.
strap bottle rockets to their skates, but still.
it did not work out very well for them. But
yeah,
but we'll see how it works for them. I've only got one problem. Where did they put the rockets? Like on the feet or on the legs? Because if they put it on their feet, I can see his feet flying that way.
Yeah,
and his
you kind of want the thrust to be at your center of gravity.
Yeah, I was about to say you want it to be at your center of gravity because.
So basically just shove a bottle rocket up your ass.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, let's yeah.
It's the explosive power of rocketry. I think we're going to need bigger rockets, don't you?
Well, boys, how about...
And he was in the perfect position, too.
Yeah. If he had just shoved that up his ass instead of tied it to his skates.
Yeah, that might have worked. I was half expecting farts to come flying out of his ass, honestly. That would have made for a much better visual than what they had. Anyway.
Yeah, he needs a JATO rocket.
A JATO? JATO?
A JATO. Jet assisted takeoff.
Oh,
the JATO bottles. Have you guys ever seen oh crap.
No, I haven't ever seen oh crap.
My brain just doesn't want to work. The Darwin Award movie. I think it's just called the Darwin Awards.
Yes, I have seen that actually. That's a pretty good movie. It's fun. It's
okay, David Arquette, and that was actually based on a real life story where he strapped a JATO to his car and drove down the road and fired the JATO.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he flew into the side of
flew into the side of a mountain and killed himself.
Mountain.
Yeah, because,
like his car actually took off and flew.
He wanted what he was trying to do was go over the mountain, but he made it about halfway there.
Well, no, he wasn't even trying to get airborne. He was just trying to go really fast down the straight highway.
My question is, what was his end game plan for that?
I mean, there's a reason he earned a Darwin Award.
No,
Very true. Very true.
The funniest
Just
one.
strap a JATO to his car and go fast. That's all he thought about.
I know this has nothing to do with the stream, but in the beginning of that movie, the best part was when that CEO decided, oh hey, this is bulletproof glass. I wonder if it could take a body flying towards it. And then he jumps, hits the window.
All of those were real things that happened.
Yeah.
The CEO actually did brag about how, the glass in his office was unbreakable.
Yeah,
and so he runs at it full speed, slams through it, and falls to his death.
Well, he didn't break the glass. He just knocked it out of the damn molding. Yeah. He knocked it out of the molding. So the glass didn't even break. So he was right.
See, the glass might have been unbreakable, but the molding...
Yeah, the molding, on the other hand, is quite breakable. Or the couple that thought cruise control meant automatic steering.
Oh, yeah, actual full-on cruise control.
Yeah.
Well, it kept going until it didn't anymore.
Yeah. Anyway,
back to the video. We need to watch that one night. Just
it's such a great movie.
Yes, it is.
Biggest rocket of all time. Imagine 50 jumbo jets at full power strapped to a 36-story building. That's Saturn V. It takes something like this to catapult man to the moon. But where does the colossal thrust actually come from?
Inside a rocket motor.
That's, it kind of blows my mind to think about it. You think about how big the Saturn V was, and think about what actually went to the moon and what actually returned. Just that little tiny triangle at the very top.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that came back out of that 36-story building was something smaller than a toilet, basically.
But look at how cheaply the rocket looks, man. I mean, that shit ain't gonna get up into space.
Yeah, it's basically just tinfoil and curtain rods. Fuck you, Level Earth Observer.
Fuck you, yeah.
Dumbass.
Wait, so you mean to tell me it's not a balloon?
It's a saddle.
It's a saddaloon. Okay. It's a pantomime. This is the scientist pantomime.
He doesn't know what pantomime means.
No, he doesn't.
I cringe every time that man says pantomime. I cringe.
Which is like every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even know what the word. Yeah. Anyway.
Fuel is turned into gas through combustion, and the gas is then forced out the back. And the reason why escaping gas pushes a rocket forward is explained by Newton's third law of motion,
which is, as I'm sure you'll remember from school, that every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
That's the theory, but what we need is a practical demonstration. Now, as Johnny opens the valve on this pressurised gas canister, the air will rush out, but at the same time, an equal and opposite force will propel it this way. Go on, Johnny, open it up.
So there you have it.
Okay. Where's the Earth at? Where it's getting blown off of?
Well, they think that it has to have contact through the wheels.
Okay. How the fuck does that make sense? How the fuck does that make sense?
It has to push off the Earth by rolling across it with the wheels.
What? That doesn't even make any Oh God. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basics of rocketry. Well, what did you expect? It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket surgery.
The rocket's launch speed does not depend on the astronaut flooring the throttle, but on how quickly the gas escapes from the exhaust. Space rocket exhausts are hourglass-shaped because gas flows at an accelerated rate if it's forced through a narrow section into a wider end.
So rocket go up, hopefully not go boom boom.
I mean, inside the rocket, it can go boom boom.
Oh yeah,
but as long as the boom boom is controlled
and
in the right area,
and contained,
yeah.
Because you've got to have it contained, else it's not really gonna achieve anything.
Yep.
This is gonna leak out all over the place and not be a very effective rocket.
Exhaust is crucial no matter what the size of the rocket.
Oh, that was okay.
Yep. That was it.
That was it. Okay. That was informative. But
what was the video from just a week or two ago where the flat earthers were saying it was fake because it was going up too slow?
I have no
idea. They don't understand that, you know, a rocket can actually go up fairly slow. In fact, it has to if it has people in it, because, you know, if it goes up too fast, it'll kind of turn those people into liquid.
Yeah,
but
that would kind of kill them, I would think, wouldn't it?
Yeah, during I think it was the Apollo launches, like the most G's they ever experienced during launch were 3 G's, which is not very much considering how much force they were strapped to. But, you know, the rocket goes up and it looks like it's going fairly slow. But then once it passes max Q, it can start to accelerate a little faster.
Yeah. So
all right, let's see if we get punished this time.
I like this idea of the wheel. We just have a lot of videos.
Oh, so close to Jesus is Lord.
I'm gonna bump it a little bit and pretend it says Jesus is Lord, just because I really, really, really want to laugh right now.
Really? Okay.
Hey, I never said we have to actually, you know.
True.
True.
All right. So
let's go ahead and play Jesus is Lord.
Audience, if you've never
111
experienced Jesus is Lord 111, he's a flat earther that I've run into in comment sections. And I don't really hang out in comment sections very much, but I've run into him. And this is one of the dumbest people that I've ever met in my life. And this video just shows how this guy's brain works. So we're just going to kind of sit back and laugh.
Now, before we actually watch it and everything, I do want to issue a facepalm protection warning to everybody who is in chat right now.
Yes. Everyone get facepalm protection ready. Push those monitors back out of punching range.
You have been warned.
You've been warned. Let's light this dumpster fire.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the Bible says we are living in this closed system, but NASA said we are living in this. Which one will you believe?
This is pretty much the context of his entire video. Do you believe the Bible or do you believe scientists?
Yeah.
I believe scientists, motherfucker.
Yes, scientists.
Yeah, without hesitation or doubt, I believe science.
Scientists actually know what they're talking about, whereas the Bible were a bunch of goat fucking sheep herders in the middle of the desert 2,000, 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, I prefer scientists, modern day scientists that, know what the fuck they're talking about instead of a book written by goat fuckers 3,000 years ago.
Word of God? Or will you believe mankind? Mankind said we can go to space, but the Bible says we live in a closed dome where there is a firmament above, and we have water above the firmament, and we have water below, and we are in a
Where
closed
there
system.
is a firmament.
Where that is a firmament. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the way that this guy is speaking is just driving me insane.
Yeah, he definitely
It's like he's trying to rap, but he doesn't quite know how to rap.
I usually don't judge people because of their voices, because listen to my voice. Yeah, but this dude just, he sounds functionally.
Look at all the notifications on his phone.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Wow. There's Skype, there's the IM app, there's mail, camera.
This guy would get more battery life if you just shut a few things down.
Yeah.
You've got maps running and Facebook and Skype and
yeah, that's just.
I don't even know what some of those are.
Me neither. one of
yeah, more than half of them I don't.
There's like a picture app he has open. Probably like I don't. Oh God! Like what?
I know one is Flipboard. A couple of YouTube, Gmail,
Tumblr. No, that's not Tumblr. That's a Bible app. Yeah, that's
Samsung notification.
There's a keyhole.
Maps.
There's a keyhole.
Yeah, I've seen that before on my phone, and I can't remember what it's for now.
Well, anyway, instead of talking about apps, let's go ahead and continue on. Well, let's read this real quick. Ancient Hebrew. God damn it. Ancient Hebrew conception of the universe. The ancient Israelites divided the world into heaven, earth, sea, and the underworld. I don't give a fuck what the ancient Israelites believe. Why should I give a fuck what the ancient Israelites believe?
And how exactly did they go about proving that is
they didn't
what we actually live in? Oh, they didn't. Okay.
They simply
continue.
They viewed the sky as a vault resting on foundations, perhaps mountains with doors and windows that let in the rain. What? God dwelt above the sky, hidden in cloud and majesty. The world was viewed as a disk floating on the waters, secured or moored by pillars. The earth was the only known domain. The realm beyond it was considered unknowable.
So basically, in Genesis, the passage that they're like, well, God created the firmament, and that means dome. No, it doesn't. The firmament was fucking heaven. So basically what the Bible says is you've got the earth, and then you've got heaven, and then you've got more water.
And then underneath...
That's literally what the Bible says.
And then in the center of the earth, you have hell, because why not?
Yeah.
Because where else would you send, all those heathens than hell?
Yeah. I mean, bad people got to go somewhere.
Yeah, bad people got to go somewhere.
Which one will you believe? Will you believe the Bible, which is the word of God, or will you believe NASA, which means never a straight answer? Which one?
That's not what NASA means. Plus, trying to put it... Okay, there is no T in NASA, so the whole Satan thing just doesn't fucking work.
I think he's taking the fire logo and rearranging it to look like a T so that it's a T.
It doesn't... It looks more like a 7 than a T to me.
Yeah, and it looks more like a snake tongue than a 7 or anything else. And which, if you look at the pause screen, he's got the Mason symbol, a snake, NASA, another Mason symbol, a picture, and then a swastika.
I was about to say, why the fuck is a swastika up there? Like, is it that Werner von Braun?
Werner von Braun.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he ends up showing Werner von Braun's tombstone.
How's that
in this video? But he's so scatterbrained. He just shows a bunch of random things.
And not even
while saying, "Are you going to believe the Bible or are you going to believe liars?"
God.
Stay tuned.
And he's not even good at editing. Like, I could edit together better shit than this. I'm not good at editing.
Yeah.
Well, I could edit
Here's
together
this rocket
better
that's
than
supposed
this.
to be going up into space. Watch with your eyes. And I know you know the difference between when something is going up.
Oh, watch with your eyes.
Oh, I was watching with my ass the entire time. That's why I
was
have a
using
problem.
my peanuts to watch.
I was using my ass to watch. That was my problem. Okay, I've got to watch with my eyes.
Okay, let's watch it with our eyes.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that works.
And it starts curving. All right?
No shit.
Watch the video with me. Let's go.
And why is he using Pink Floyd?
It goes firmament. So pause. So apparently, truth in commercials means that if you hit a baseball hard enough, a gigantic soft drink will appear in the sky. So I'm going to try. Well, who was it? Crap. Dustin, Smarter Every Day. He did that rocket propelled baseball bat, trying to
see how
far he could hit the baseball.
I love that.
And
that was awesome.
He didn't make any gigantic bottles of soft drinks appear doing that. He hit a baseball like 800 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, was it a baseball or was it a golf ball? Because I remember he had the baseball cannon.
He did both.
He did the golf first, and then he did the baseball. They ended up like they built a baseball bat with this blank like a blank gun cartridge that fired whenever it hit, and they tried a machine that swung the bat really fast, and tried different things, but it was really cool to watch. But I remember he built that just swung it really fast. He ended up hitting it over 700 feet, but then his friend built the one that actually fired the panel on the baseball bat to propel it, and that guy hit it close to 800 feet.
Is this the same dude that made the shit, I don't forget what I was gonna. He made something else. I'm trying to think about right now.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed to Smarter Every Day, you really need to go subscribe to Smarter Every Day.
Dustin's made a lot of things, and he's incredibly intelligent and very thorough, and explains everything really well. So please go check him out.
The haircut machine, is he the one that made that too? Or am I thinking of someone else? The auto hair cutter.
I don't remember that one.
Because I watched a guy that did the same thing. He made a rocket bat, and because I'm subscribed to this one, I can't remember if it's Smarter Every Day or not. It might be, because he also made that into basketball net that moves depending on where the basketball is. It's like,
I know who you're talking about. It's not Smarter Every Day, but I can't think of what his name is.
Because he wrote the program for it. Well, his wife wrote the program to the basketball hoop. I can't remember that one. I can't remember the name of that guy. Shit, because I subscribed to him about a year ago, because he was making the same types of experiments with baseball bats and golf
No,
clubs.
he makes a lot of good stuff too, but I can't remember his name either.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Dustin from Smarter Every Day, I really enjoyed his series on the how submarines work. Which I think he's still actually working on, because he went to the Arctic Circle to a submarine that had punched through the ice.
Stuff made
and
here.
got on it.
Stuff made
That's
here.
it. Stuff made here. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, Dustin's really cool, and I've learned a lot of really cool things from him. I mean, even just how pulleys work. Like, that was a great video.
Well, anyway,
like how you can gain mechanical advantage by just using a pulley.
Anyhow, we've
anyway, let's torture ourselves more.
Yeah, let's torture ourselves a little bit more.
It's a long flight, going back.
Yeah, he's using cartoons.
Yes, I do want everybody to realize that he's actually using The Simpsons as proof for there being a dome.
And he didn't use The Simpsons movie.
It's still not shattered. That highest and hardest glass ceiling.
That is not what the glass ceiling is, you dumb son of a bitch.
A colloquial metaphor apparently is proof of a dome.
Yes, Hillary Clinton talking about not becoming president apparently means that there's a dome.
And you all know what glass ceiling refers to, so I'm not even going to.
Yeah, we don't even have to break that down. If we need to break that down for any of you, get the fuck out of our stream.
Yeah.
Someday, someone will.
And the Korn Coming Undone music video apparently also proves that. Because Korn knows it and is trying to tell everybody, but nobody's listening to them.
Dome up.
Oh god, that looks like a penis to me for some reason.
In the sky, gonna fly out of this dome, my girlfriend.
Well, I know what you're thinking about.
Gonna fly out of this dome, my girlfriend.
Oh god, that was a line from The Office, seriously? Or is that The Office? I don't even know.
No, that's
I don't recognize. I recognize the dude that was singing, but he was from The Office. But
there it is, Werner von Braun. Jesus Christ, I can't even say his name. Werner von Braun.
Dome Rocket.
Dome up rocket.
I'm gonna have to look up.
Roger Waters said the word firmament. Therefore, firmament.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroy.
And again, everybody keeps mistaking that. It's not that we don't have the technology to do it. It's that we destroy the technology to build the technology for us to get there.
I just want to point out one word. We don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we don't now.
Trust me, there are several companies that are trying to rectify that this very moment.
We didn't need to go to the moon anymore. We went there a bunch, and now we don't need to.
But we're going back in, I think, wasn't it 2024?
Yeah,
that's the estimated date. I don't really believe we're going to get there by then.
It's going to be at least
it'd be nice.
But
Elon is getting Starship ready, so
now, which is really cool. Like I'm, the last moon mission was what, 1976, I believe. So 5 years before I was.
I really hope Elon gets in some kind of scandal eventually, because how funny would Elongate be?
Oh my God.
Yes, Elongate. But I just think it would be really cool in my lifetime to see man walk on the moon. And of course, now we have high definition. You know, I have a 4K HDR TV, and we can broadcast in 4K HDR. And by the time we go to the moon, hell, we may have 8K HDR or 8K Super HDR, whatever. And, you know, just the fact that we'll be able to see it, looking at the Apollo 11 footage, just how terrible that footage is compared to now, like just the technology we have and how much clearer we'll be able to see everything.
Wasn't the Tesla on broadcast in 4K? I can't remember if it was 1080p or 4K.
Yeah, I think it was 4K. But still, I mean, 1080p is still a beautiful picture.
Hell, 720p is still beautiful. It's a small enough monitor.
Compared to the broadcasts that we got from the moon in the 70s, you know, hell, 240p would be beautiful.
Yeah. Because we have, what, 144 at that point? Not even that?
I was going to say not even 144.
Like, what, 72p?
But
yeah.
Trump-o-vision, basically. But anyway, keep going.
Destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. The only limit to a human future is in our own imagination.
So he's saying there's not a firmament.
Yeah.
Because it's not limiting us.
Exactly.
Rocket can't.
There's nothing limiting them.
Rocket can't go to space.
The rocket isn't.
Again, orbital mechanics.
I love how he draws like it went up and then took almost a 90-degree turn to the right and then almost another 90-degree turn straight down. Like that's not what the rocket did, and is not what it's doing at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
Because I'm sorry to tell flat earthers this, but the earth is not flat, it's round. And for a space shuttle, since we're looking at an STS mission, for a space shuttle to achieve orbit, it has to go in a circle. Which means from your perspective, standing on the ground, yes, at some point it's going to look like it's going down.
Yeah. They don't understand simple concepts like that, dude. I mean, just
yeah.
And also,
not even close.
Where is this dude from? Precisely, because I really can't place that accent.
Dumbass Boulevard.
I'm thinking. I remember a few years back there was a video about these people saying that we should get rid of science. It was in I forgot where in Africa, but it was one of the big colleges that are actually in Africa. And she was sitting on this board where she's saying, "Oh, there's this dude lives in this village over here that can call down lightning and hit people with it." I'm like, please demonstrate that. Like, please demonstrate that.
I would love to see that happen.
I would love to see somebody do that, but until you do that,
I mean, that's some Thor level awesomeness right there.
Yeah, but
give that guy a hammer and a cape.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there are some colleges that well, Africa itself, I hate to say it, woefully undereducated. They really need to get better educators there. Because they're teaching magic. Really? Magic.
Yeah.
You want to teach magic in college? Really?
I mean, the college that I went to was Southern Baptist, and even they didn't teach magic.
Cape Town. It was in Cape Town. That's where Cape Town. If you just Yeah. But then again, that might have been just an outlying case. I don't know if that's indicative.
I'm sure it was.
I'm hoping it was, because that was just sad. It's just what it was. Yeah. She's like, you've got to respect the sacredness of this space. And I'm like, you're in a classroom. There's nothing sacred there. It's not sacred. It's where you send people to learn. And if you're teaching people that magic exists and is a real thing, you better fucking demonstrate it, or I'm not going to believe you.
Yeah, exactly what mechanism is this guy using to summon lightning?
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to know that myself. You know what? I'll even be the willing sacrificial victim. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Summon the lightning down onto me. I would love to see them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's... Yeah, that's not going down. That's
still going up.
Yeah, it's still going up.
Yeah.
I'm glad he pointed out that those are clouds.
Rocket back to Earth.
Oh, the dome is still that way. Oh, okay. I thought it was all the way all over us. But...
I mean, you're looking straight up in the air, basically, at that point, so the dome is, over to the side, apparently.
And Bill Nye is...
One thing I really want your
Wait, pause. That was a Windows Movie Maker title.
Yeah.
The Let's Hear It from Bill Nye. That's one of the Windows Movie Maker things. This guy's using Windows Movie Maker to make his videos.
Oh, God. No wonder he can't edit worth crap.
Okay.
No wonder he can't edit worth shit.
Wow. Okay, anyway, keep going.
Is that the Earth is a closed system. You cannot leave the Earth.
Also, let me just say, Bill Nye has it wrong. It's not a closed system. It's an isolated system. The only true closed system is the universe itself. The Earth receives energy from the sun, even from the stars. That's millions of light years away.
However, for most calculations, you can use that the Earth is a closed system in your calculate. It's kind of like for most calculations of gravity, you can use Newton's gravitational equation.
Yeah.
But there are instances where it doesn't work, just like with the Earth being a closed system. The Earth isn't a true closed system. So in some calculations, no, it's not going to work if you calculate it as a closed system.
Also, I highly suspect this video as being taken out of context because...
Oh, yeah.
When does a fluffer not take something out of context?
Yeah, that's Flat Earth 101, is to cherry pick and take things out of context.
Deny, cherry pick, and take out of context.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they do things.
Yeah.
That's how they roll. That's how they roll.
There's no place to go.
Again with this waters above the firmament.
Oh, I know what Bill Nye was talking about. He was talking about trying to move humanity, like before the sun, turns into a red giant and consumes the earth. He was talking about mankind leaving the earth, and he's saying there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's no Earth B to go to. There is no planet B.
So, that's why we are searching for other planets like Earth in nearby solar systems.
Yeah.
Because, even though, say we launched a rocket today, it would be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to the point where by the time it landed on another planet, the people would not know anything about Earth anymore.
Yeah, because it would be a generation. It would be what's considered a generational ship, where generations upon generations are raised to board the ship until they finally land, on that planet.
Basically, think of it this way, like if Christopher Columbus sailing to try to find India, sailing to the west to find India was the spaceship leaving Earth, then our generation would be the generation landing on the other planet.
Yeah. So, and we don't have cryogenic freezing like they do in Lost in Space, so...
or passengers, or...
Yeah.
Or even the ability to get up to speed. Or stop.
Or stop, yeah. That would be the hard part. That would be the hard part, stopping.
Something up. One huge misnomer in a lot of sci-fi movies about space is that spaceships require constant propulsion.
No. Once they
No, they don't. That's not how it works. There's no friction or anything to slow it down. So once you get to that speed, you can cut your engine off and you're going to continue at that speed. Sure, if you're in interstellar space, then there is going to be the odd molecule or the odd dust particle or something that can conceivably slow you down, but not that much. Like your speed is not going to degrade enough.
But Facty has an excellent point. That all they would have to do is send up a history book like the Bible.
Oh yeah, true.
They wouldn't have to teach them anything. Just send them up with the Bible. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So we're going to start sending missionaries to other planets now. Okay.
The Flat Mars Society.
Oh God. because if we did inhabit Mars and say 5 or 6 generations go by, and we've already gotten rid of all the rockets and everything, probably used them to create the buildings that are needed to survive, there would be a flat Mars society where they think Mars is flat.
Because some humans are very stupid.
Yeah, some humans are just fucking retarded.
They just want to feel special.
Yeah.
No. I don't even think they want to feel special. I think they're just stupid. Stupid.
They're stupid and want to feel special. Really.
There you go. Both.
There you go.
Because they don't have anything else going for them. They're not smart enough to have anything else going for them. So they want to feel special some way. So they just pick something stupid like the flat earth or QAnon or, 9/11 conspiracies or something like that.
I can agree to that.
Yeah, because don't even bring up QAnon because we have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Bear that's actually in office that believe in that shit. So
yeah, I was just thinking of the FTFE debate last night before the Flat Earther came on when they were showing the box of shame. I forget who the woman was, but she was a GOP gubernatorial candidate, I believe it is.
Oh yes, and she had the plexiglass around her.
So they literally built a plexiglass box around her.
Wow.
And it was one of those plexiglass boxes that they actually had to screw together.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wow.
Like everyone else is wearing a mask, sitting at their desk, and then there's her with no mask and a plexiglass box around her. All right, we're never going to finish this video if we keep talking.
Yeah.
Yes, rocket go up, go boom boom. It's still going up, even though to you it looks like it's going down.
Yeah.
And Red's rhetoric all taught us that one way you can tell that it's still going up is that the gases start expanding more and more and more.
Why
Yes,
the
it was
fuck
a
you
successful
lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
No, well, yeah, I guess it isn't kind of an optical illusion. Well,
My
actually, no,
question
it's
is,
not an optical illusion because it's not optical.
yeah, and also,
I mean, yes, it's an illusion. It looks like it's going down, but it's not.
and also, you can't trust your eyes. That's just you can't. You literally can't because optical illusions are a thing that exist.
Yeah.
We had a stream about that once. But I think that footage has been destroyed, so we might have to go back over that again.
It sounds like an interesting topic to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we might have to do that shit again because looks like they're not listening.
Well, they never listen.
Yeah, true.
If flat earthers listened, there wouldn't be flat earthers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
They would have listened within the first year.
Within the first month.
He's got another Windows Movie Maker title popping up.
Yep.
And the way I knew this is I made videos with Windows Movie Maker like 10 years ago. And I used the exact same title, whatever they're called.
Just like okay.
Pop-up things.
One of my favorite
title cards.
One of my
Yeah,
favorite optical illusions is that dude who does all those paintings on like build sides of buildings on the
Oh
ground,
yeah.
where viewed at a certain angle it actually looks 3D, because I remember one of them was actually Spider-Man crawling up a building, and it looked like honest to God someone, it was Spider-Man on that building, but it was just because the camera would get closer and closer and closer.
Really cool.
But you have to view it at a certain angle or it won't work. Like the one it looks like a giant hole going down like into hell, and someone's stuck on the side of it.
Now, one of my favorite optical illusions is that alligator that it keeps going around, where when you look at it and you start to walk around it, its head travels and moves with you.
Oh.
Real quick, Sarcastic Barman, is Chrismer the one that's quiet? Because his volume kindly keeps going up and down, and I'm always normally really loud for some reason. So I'm assuming that's what you mean.
I'm trying to fix this shit again.
I can.
Yeah, it keeps on going down for some reason. Now it's going down to 82, and
yeah, you need to turn off your auto balance because
I have it off. That's the problem. I have it off, and it's still auto balancing me. Don't know why.
That's weird.
It's auto balancing me even though I've turned the auto balance off. Because I cut it off, and it brings it back down.
And now you're really quiet.
This is annoying. This is really annoying.
I think you mean no raisin, Sarcastic Barman. Vishanti's not here.
Wait, what?
He thought you were Vishanti.
Oh, that's a sweet compliment. Thank you.
Now let's get back on.
There's one of those where they painted like the concrete had broken through and there was this gigantic hole in the ground, and people were scared to even walk over it because they actually thought there was a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Anyway,
that's man. You should be drunk. It's Saturday. Well, it's really late or early Sunday morning for you, but it's Saturday night for us. Anyway, back to the video.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the video.
Through your career and your writing and your acting, you've inspired so many people to enter the sciences.
science with science fiction. They're both the same. The mystery of science fiction is what I'm talking about. Science and science fiction are essentially the same.
In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, let's start from verse 7. It says, "And God made the firmament."
Ooh, the verse, and God called the firmament heaven. So it's literally earth, heaven, and then the waters above.
And he does sound like he's from he's a native African. So yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't really sound native African to me.
Well, I've heard a lot of African accents because I watch a lot of scam baiter videos.
Oh yeah.
And I hear a lot of African accents, so that does sound like a native African, probably somewhere in Samoa or maybe Nigeria.
Samoa's not Africa.
It isn't? I thought West Samoa was Africa.
No, Samoan is South Pacific.
Oh, South Pacific. Okay, shit. I don't know my countries. I don't know my countries.
Yeah. Samoa is a country in Oceania.
Oh,
Either
shit.
way, all I know is that this guy is a complete moron for still thinking that the firmament is everything.
Not Samoa.
Well, what do you expect from someone named Jesus is Lord 111?
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I wasn't thinking Samoa. I was thinking shit. It starts with an S. It's an S word. And, I can't think of it right now.
It's been a long time since I did African geography. That was 7th grade.
Somalian. I'm
Somalia.
Somalian. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Samoan, Somalian. I can see that very easily.
Because there's Somali that do scams too, as well as most of them come from Somalia and Nigeria. So yeah, because Nigerian prince. I've had plenty of Nigerian princes contact me over email saying if I just give them my bank account information, they'll deposit like 20 million in my bank, and I'm like, sure.
I got onto one time and was like, oh, okay, cool, just send me a check.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like, no, I need your bank account information so I can deposit it. I was like, no, you can just mail me a check.
Yeah, you just mail your check.
I'll give you a P.O. box. Just mail it.
No, I just said okay. And then okay again. Then okay again. That lasted like a straight month, by the way. Me just saying okay. That's the only thing I said in the email. Okay. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun playing with scammers. Let's get back to the video.
Divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. So
he just said it. God called the firmament heaven. He literally just said
so
it.
One thing that I'm wondering, so the goat fuckers that wrote the Bible, were they thinking that there was water above because it rains? So do they think that whenever it rains, that means that heaven gets a hole in it and water just kind of leaks through heaven and falls on us? Or what's going on with that?
Well, what do you think a straw or the stars are? That's just the little hole that got punctured, and that's where it's leaking from.
I was about to say that. I mean, how can we see stars through water?
Yeah. I mean, they think that because water is blue and the sky is blue. But see, that's not really how it works. Like, it's Rayleigh scattering.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Exactly. And if you're, standing on land and looking at water, looking at a body of water, the color of that water is going to be whatever it's reflecting. Like if you're looking at a pond next to a bunch of trees and you look at the water, it's going to look green from the trees.
Yeah.
Or if you're looking at the ocean and the sky above it is blue, the water is going to look blue. If you're looking at the ocean and it's cloudy, the water is going to look gray and dull.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can finish this off. We have 2 minutes left. Can we get through?
Let's struggle through.
Can we get 1 minute through without having to, say anything about
Probably not.
Probably not.
God called the firmament heaven in verse 8. In verse 7 it says, which water was above the firmament that was above. And you have water below. If we have water above, then there is no such thing as space above.
Like I said, all that white
in other
space.
words, what Genesis 1, 7, 8 is trying to tell you is that here's the firmament right here. You got firmament above and firmament below. This is where you find the earth and waters. And you have water above the firmament. This is exactly how Genesis 1, 7 describe it. So in other words, this heliocentric that we are looking at here does not make any sense because
that's not heliocentric.
There is no water above. They are showing you that rockets can get out of the Earth orbit to go to space. But that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says we have water above.
Did he just say rockets can get out of the Earth orbit to go to space?
Yes.
But
that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
I've already played that like 5 times already, so.
Like they go to space and go into Earth orbit.
You expect a flat earther to make sense?
My brain.
You're expecting a flat earther to actually make sense?
And to me, it doesn't really sound like he has an African accent. It sounds like he has a speech impediment.
It might be that as well. I can't tell.
Really, really dumb.
Yeah, that's yeah. The more I listen to him, the more I'm in that area. He's just really dumb.
In water below, and God put the lights in the firmament. So in other words, we are in the closing system. Nobody.
I love how the music stopped and he just didn't even bother to loop it. And he's like, fuck it. I guess that's where the music ends.
And get out.
I lied to, wow. About Eve
Reefing. Only trust in our Savior, Jesus Christ. I thought Jesus came to I thought Jesus came from Mexico.
Jesus? Yeah, Jesus came from Mexico. Speaking of, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everyone hit that like, share, subscribe,
and click bell. Not click the bell or click the like bell or anything like that. Just click bell.
Click bell. I played our little subscribe button. Anyway, let's see if we can get one more video out of this.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, I'm hoping it's that SpaceX faked because I know it's a parody video, but it's fucking hilarious. But let's see. This works in space. Okay, so this works in space.
I don't remember this video. This must have been one of yours.
Space. Rockets can't work in space. Debunking the undebunked video. Wait, this. I must.
You only have 4 tabs open, but you have 5 videos there, so you're missing one.
I've got 5 tabs open. What? Okay, scientist is in space debunking. No, it's not conspiracy cats.
No.
Well, I'll respin. Fuck it. Conspiracy cats, yay!
All right. This one I did have a timestamp for you.
Okay.
What was the timestamp?
Yeah, this is 12 minutes long.
6 minutes and 18 seconds is where you should start.
Okay.
The Frank bit. This is a video by a YouTuber called Frankie UK. He says it's completely undebunkable. So I'm going to spend the next minute and a half debunking it. And it claims rockets can't fly in the vacuum of space. Let's see how it starts.
Rocketry, and the Saturn engines, of course, owe a credit to Sir Isaac Newton. In his third law of motion, he stated, for every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction.
Yeah, good start. But wasn't there one other thing?
Oh, and one other thing.
Told you.
Many people in the past thought that the rocket required a solid body of atmosphere to push against in order to move. Incorrect.
Now, that is a misconception that we will deal with shortly in this video. But Frankie UK goes on to tell us how Newton's law is actually wrong. And it's not action and reaction, but there's something else very important. Now, to brilliantly illustrate his point about why resistance is needed, and therefore why rockets can't fly in the vacuum of space, he shows us this. Now, I'll warn you, this next clip came with no soundtrack. So what I'm going to do for those people that think I can't play the guitar is I'm going to provide the soundtrack, and I'm going to play along with this. All right? Enjoy.
All right, a bit of Guns N' Roses. I love this. So cool. Power chord! It's not power chord, is it? Power chord! Hang on, is that? Have I got my fingers in the right place?
I was about to say, are we going to have a copyright?
So far what he's shown us is a bike won't ride across the road unless it's not levitating in the air and it's actually on the road.
Are we going to get a copyright claim for that? Because I really don't want them to...
I mean, that was about the 3rd worst rendition of Sweet Child of Mine I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, so
wait, 3rd?
Wait, 3rd? Yeah, 3rd? I thought it was... I thought it was pretty spot on myself. I mean...
I can cut that sarcasm with a knife.
Let's get back to the video.
I think you're probably wondering what this has got to do with rockets. And I'll be honest, so am I. I hope he'll explain it in the next bit.
As the cyclist pedals, the wheels turn and push the resistance. The movement, direction, blah, blah, blah. Oh, God. It's this. Oh, it needs Earth.
Amazing, isn't it? And just to prove to you that he really thinks this cannot be debunked, check out the title at the bottom of this screenshot coming up now.
Undeniable proof. Okay.
So, for all the people out there who don't think rockets can work in space, let me give you a lesson on momentum. Check out some of these clips.
Ow.
Oh, yeah. My favorite.
Really well.
Oh.
Now, according to the UK,
Pause.
that recoil...
How many times have you seen that in real life, Quiddies?
Yeah.
So, I I've got a lever action 30-30 that has a very nice scope on it. And the reason it has a very nice scope, it used to have a not so nice scope. And one day, one of my buddies came down and we were shooting, and he didn't quite understand that you don't put your eye right there at the scope.
Oh, God.
And so he has a permanent scar above his eye now. And now a 30-30 is not a super powerful gun. It is a high velocity round, but it's not super powerful. But it is powerful enough that the gun kicked hard enough that it hit his eye and actually broke the internal mechanism inside the scope.
Oh, wow.
And so I couldn't actually zero that scope anymore, so I went and bought a really nice scope for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen people scope themselves, and lesson number one about firing a gun is to hold on to it. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, you actually need to grip the gun hard enough.
Yeah.
Because guns do kick. Especially lever action that, you know, if you have a semi-automatic rifle, part of the recoil is going to be put into ejecting and reloading rounds.
Yeah.
But if you have bolt action or lever action or anything like that, none of the recoil is lost in that. So you get the full strength of the round. And that's what a lot of these videos are, like the girl firing the single shot pistol or the revolver or anything like that.
Yeah. And anyway, that's 3 minutes to go.
Can only be caused by the bullet as it moves down the barrel of the gun, pushing against the air in front of it, which makes the gun fly backwards. And that really doesn't make any sense, does it? So let's look at momentum. Whenever anything moves, it has momentum. And we calculate the momentum using mass times velocity.
That's
Here's a cannon, whatever it looks like.
I was going to say that looks like something
and
else.
It shot a cannonball. Now, we know
whatever it
that
looks like, it's a cannon.
it rolls backwards.
Sure, it's a cannon.
That's not a cannon.
Now, that is because of the law of conservation of momentum. Before this cannon fired the cannonball, nothing was moving. There was no momentum. And we have to conserve that. There has to be a result of no momentum, no matter what happens, because that's what we started with. So when the cannon was fired, right, it had a mass and a velocity, or the cannonball did, in this direction. Let's say it had a mass of 2 kilograms, a velocity of 10 meters per second. Its momentum would have been 20 kilogram meters
Yeah, even
per
the people in chat are saying it's a
in
penis.
this direction. So
Okay, so even chat's agreeing with us then. Alright.
Yeah.
The cannon
That's
must also
definitely
move
wedding
backwards with a momentum of 20 kilogram meters per second. But the speed of the cannon is going to be
Those
much
two.
slower. Remember, momentum is mass times velocity. Because the mass of the cannon is much bigger, and both of these numbers have to multiply, and this is equal to 20.
Whatever happened to good old Pete and Repeat?
They're still around. They were going, well, Reds was trying to debate them, but they chickened out.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Yeah. But one thing that I wanted to point out here is there's a huge misnomer in movies and television where someone gets shot and they go flying backwards.
That has always driven me crazy.
Yeah, that's not how it works. I mean, if you were a solid object, like when the bullet hits you, it doesn't penetrate you at all. There's still not enough momentum. There's still not enough force behind that bullet to push someone that weighs, say, 150 pounds backwards. If there was, then the person that fired that bullet would also fly backwards when they fire the round.
Yeah.
So that kind of illustrates what he's talking about there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then a bigger mass means the velocity must be much, much smaller. Now, before we get onto the implication of this and what it's got to do with rockets in space, you may be forgiven for asking, what if I had this ball and I threw it here? I've just changed the momentum of that ball, but I've not flown backwards. Why? Well, that's because force is changing momentum over time. And if the frictional forces involved in me, the frictional forces between my chair and the floor, if they are bigger than the rate of change of momentum that I've given to the ball, then I'm not going anywhere.
Same man, Dan's.
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting here? I'm dating a first
Now
grader.
think about what's going on inside the rocket.
Thanks, Nathan.
Shut up,
Think about
Nathan.
what's causing the thrust to come out the rocket, and think about the rate of change of momentum of all those particles coming out the bottom of the rocket. The law of conservation of momentum says that the rocket must have the same change of momentum in the opposite direction. It literally has nothing to do with pushing on the earth outside. That's ridiculous. So, a slightly shorter video this week, and I do apologise for that. It's massively busy at the minute, especially trying to keep up with 2 videos a week.
Yeah, that's the whole video.
So Don Giovanni in chat said that's a violation of the rule of cool, and all I can think of is Django Unchained at the very end, where he tells the girls, he's like, "Say bye to Miss whatever her name is," and they're like, "Bye, Miss whatever," and he shoots her, and she just goes flying through the doorway.
Yeah, that's one thing about movies that really pissed me off when they do that thing where, you know, the bullet hits them and then they go flying. I'm like, no, that's all happens. You simply fall down. You don't go flying.
Well, they want to make it look cooler.
And
so
dramatic. They want to make it look more dramatic.
You know, it's the same thing with explosions. Like someone sets off a hand grenade and you see this huge ball of fire, but that's, you know,
not how a hand grenade goes
create
off.
fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's begin wrapping things up because yeah, we had
It's about that time. We've been going for about 2 hours. I'm pretty sure that rockets do work in space.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I'm pretty positive on that one as well.
Unfortunately for flat earthers, we have been to the moon. We did land on the moon. What was it? 6 times, 5 times?
Something like that.
It's been a long day, and I don't want to think.
Yeah.
Especially after that Jesus is Lord 111 video.
Oh, God.
That was
my brain
hard
still
to-
my brain still has an ouchie from that.
Well, we had to have something to point and laugh at, and that was truly special.
Yeah, I really wish I wanted to find, and I'm sure most of the people in the audience have seen the video of the flat earthers watching the rocket launch. They did a stream, and it's Jism and Karen B and Nathan Thompson and Austin Whitsitt and a couple of others. I think Bob Nodell is there as well. They're watching some rocket launch, and they just keep saying stupid things over and over, and it's hilarious.
Yeah. Mark
But I
Sargent,
could not find that video for this week.
I think Mark Sargent was there as well.
Maybe it was Mark Sargent instead of Bob Nodell.
I think it was Mark Sargent. Yeah, I think it was Mark Sargent. But anyway, go ahead. I'll go ahead and give the Urals edition and is going to be going live in 5 hours, and they'll be taking on what the Romans ever did for us, and it's going to be a great show. So,
I mean, they did give us Roman orgies, which is kind of awesome.
yeah, and they gave us Lupercalia, which was an awesome celebration. Where you
and
yeah,
you know, they killed a lot of British people, which is always good.
That's always a good thing.
And on that note,
yeah, on that note, let's all say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Take care, everybody. As always, I hope you have a wonderful night and keep smiling.
Exactly what she said.
Okay, bye.